In 1492, the first written recording of a mermaid was done by Christopher Columbus when he was exploring. But it turns out that that mermaid was indeed a manatee. On March 31st, in 2017, manatees were removed from the U.S. endangered species list, which has been the first time that they were off of that since 1973. This was a devastation for the population of manatees. And although this population has increased since their debut on the endangered species list back in 1973, the risks that manatees face today is not enough to validate their removal from the list. In this speech, I'm going to talk about the threats that manatees face, the difference between threatened and endangered, which is the list that manatees are now on is threatened, and solutions and what the future might look like for manatees if things go their way. So, first of all, threats to manatees. First, manatees' population has increased by 500% since 1973. There are now between 8,000 and 13,000 manatees in the Caribbean and Florida area. And that's the reason that they were taken off the endangered species list. However, the threats to manatees are not gone, and that is a reason to not have them be taken off the endangered species list. Last year was the deadliest year for manatees ever, according to Doyle Rice from USA Today. Their population is estimated to decrease up to 20% over the next 2 generations of manatees at the rate that they are being killed today, according to Katie Fairclough of the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. One leading cause of manatee death is collisions with motorboats from boat users in oceans where manatees live. Manatees get injured by propellers and have huge wounds and scars from these boat propellers, which causes them to have infections, and a lot of them die because of this. Manatees are too slow to get out of the way of these boats, which is a reason that they get hit more often than other creatures. Second, habitat loss and warm spring losses really affects the population of manatees. In the winter, when it's colder, manatees need to have a warm water source to stay warm and try to keep their body temperatures, or they die from cold stress. And residential building is really affecting a lot of these warm springs and is making manatees have nowhere to go to stay warm. Third, harassment is a big cause of manatee death. People are touching, feeding, or trying to scare manatees. And this causes a lot of stress to them, which makes them change their natural behaviors, hence killing them, potentially. Threatened and endangered mean 2 different things. So the endangered species list means that an animal or plant will not go extinct in the near future, will go extinct in the near future if action is not taken, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Changing the status from endangered to threatened means that manatees are no longer expected to become extinct, but there is still a chance that it could be a risk in the future, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. President of the Save the Manatee Club, which is a club that helps manatees thrive and survive in their environment, claims that the Fish and Wildlife Service does not have a good enough plan to keep manatees safe and reduce their deaths, so that removing them from the endangered list, putting them on the threatened list, is not warranted because there's no sufficient plan to preserve them. So there are a couple solutions that we can all do to help manatees in the future. First, we can join or donate to Save the Manatee Club. This is an organization that sends out newsletters often that awares people of petitions, research, and just overall how manatees are doing, how you can help. There is also a petition on that website that you can sign to try to get manatees put back on the endangered species list, which is a huge help to their future. Donations to the Save the Manatee Club are really appreciated and help manatee rescue and rehabilitation while they are labeled threatened, because a lot of the laws that the endangered species list helps them with are taken away when they're only on the threatened list. Additionally, you can help reduce risks manatees face if you are a boat owner, I do live in an area where manatees live. If you own a boat, beware of manatee zones. Go slowly and try to look out for them because they are slow-moving, gentle giants. Do not support building residential areas near warm springs in the southeastern United States if you are ever there or near there. And never harass or harm manatees because this could cause them so much stress. In the future, hopefully manatees will be put back on the endangered species list and will receive better protection. And then after that, manatees will gradually continue to increase their population size and health, and humans and manatees can coexist and have a happy life together. If manatees Overall, if manatees are not protected and put back on the endangered species list, the lack of laws protecting them will cause their population to die faster than ever. So now is your chance to help. Sign the petition on Save the Manatee Club's page and do your part to keep manatees safe in and around Florida and the Caribbean. And the risk that these manatees face today is no myth, but if we act now to protect them, we can prevent these gentle giants from becoming as rare as mermaids are, which is non-existent.